Hi everyone, this is Jim. This is part 3 of my little mini-series on corner invasions. And I'm going to start this one with looking at the complete enclosure. So this is, we're still looking at the 4-4 point, the case where black starts with a 4-4 point, and then builds an enclosure by placing one stone a diagonal move away and one stone a knight's move away. And this creates territory. This is space that black owns and can defend, and it's worth about 17 points. So we should be able to kill a stone that invades here. So let's see if we can figure this out. One thing I was looking at, well, first of all, it's important to block in the right direction. If you block in this direction, the stone has kind of more freedom to run in this direction. So that's the wrong direction to block. You really want to block along this direction so that the stone has to run on this axis where it has less space. And if the stone runs away, it's important to block this M10 point. We saw that earlier. If you just block over here, which is pretty natural, and white blocks, or white manages to play this move, this is the tripod group. And the tripod group is actually alive, although it depends on where these black stones are. So maybe this is not entirely certain in this case, but I couldn't figure out how to kill that. So I think the simplest way, at least, to take care of those stones and prevent them from escaping is to block right here. And now the stones can try and break out, but because you've got this extra helper stone here, this was the third stone of your enclosure, they can't get very far. They are caught in the trap, and there's not enough space back here for those stones to make two eyes. So I had a little bit more trouble trying to figure out what would happen if the stones ran in this direction. My first try was just to hane here and attack the stones this way, but this actually does not seem to work. It seems like this configuration here with these four stones around these two stones can still live. It looks like they're kind of short of liberties, but there's weaknesses for them to attack. And so the way it starts is with this hane against the stone that's almost trapped against the edge. So if white gets another move, white can actually win that stone. So black should block here. I looked at a couple other variations. What if black cuts? I mean, this is kind of tempting at first because these stones also are short of liberties. In fact, they're in Atari now and have to respond. But, well, they can respond by running out here, and that is a counterattack on this stone. And this capturing this stone will actually give white enough eye space to live in the corner. Say white, or black, say black comes back and saves this stone now. White is still threatening to capture, or to play at K12 there and capture that stone as well as this stone. So defend here. White can run out in this direction, also threatening a cut here. Black cannot block because this cut will be an Atari and white will win that stone. So you have to go this way, and then you can block, and then white can extend this way, and if you creep in, white can capture the stone. And even though you could get closer, you can't get close enough. There's two eyes here, and that stone lives. So that's the cut. And let's see, other ways black could respond here. Black could try and counterattack those two stones on this side, but well, white can now connect, and that's force two. Those stones were in Atari, and black has two weak stones now that are and is going to lose one of them. Either the stone at M10 will be lost, or the stone at L12 will be lost. So black can choose to save one of them. Say black chooses to save this stone, then white will capture the other stone. Black can block in this direction to keep that stone from running out. And, well, white can extend here. Black continues to try and capture. Black takes that stone. White comes in here. Black comes in here. White blocks. Black has to defend. And that's alive, right? There's two eyes right there. So the cuts don't work, or the counterattacks against this group don't seem to work. So probably just repairing this cut right away is the best way for black to play here. But then white gets another hane, hitting another weak stone. And, well, you can't double hane here because, once again, white will cut and Atari this stone and then win the stone at M8 if you place one there. So you have to extend first, then you can block. And then white, I think white at this point comes back and plays one of these key points and lives in the corner. Let's see, if you try and creep in this direction, white can extend this way and make a pair of eyes like that. Actually, is that the best move there? Like this, I guess. Yeah, there's a couple eyes there. Black can't cut here, can he? It's one of those tricky situations. If he tries to cut there, you can connect. Goes after these stones, capture that, and yeah, he can't play there. You've got two eyes. So anyway, just does not seem possible to capture those two stones once you've played this double hane. So the question is, so you're defending this corner, you should be able to defend it. you own this corner. There should be a way. So black extends. What's the best move here? And the move I came up with is blocking here. There may be other moves, but I think this is maybe the one that I found that seemed most convincing. So suppose white tries to make some space on this side. Then you can block here, making use of this stone in this direction. Notice that white can't continue to run because you will stop that stone, and then white comes back to protect. You'll cut here, and those three stones are completely dead. So when you block, white has to protect this cut or extend, say extending to try and get the most space. You can extend, and then white has to come back and defend. And if, because those two stones are under threat. So if white blocks the cut right here, then you can play the monkey jump. You can actually place a stone all the way in here, a knight's move away from these two stones. If you don't know about the monkey jump, it's a cool technique. This is the large knight's move. It's over 1 and up 3. And it's connected to these two stones here. There's no move that white can play that will disconnect that stone. For example, if white blocks, then you can just Atari that stone, and if it tries to run, you eventually capture it. so your stone cannot be cut off. There are other tries too, but anyway, that's a handy technique to know, and that just destroys all the eye space. So maybe a better try for white would be to play here. That also protects this cut and starts to build a little bit of shape here. And once again, you can jump in and destroy any potential eye space over here. So there's no room to make eyes over here anymore, and this stone is connected to the outside, to these two stones over here. Let's see, white can try and make eye space like this, blocking in this direction. And it's got like a bent L, which is actually a living shape. But there's one problem with it, which is these two stones here are not connected. So black can play here at K13, threatening to kill those stones. If white has to connect to save them, but then you play here, and then this is only one eye, and these stone, there's no eye over here, so that kills that group. So that seems to be a pretty good way to capture that group. Let's see. Yeah, you just block here. So white can't run out. The thing the white can try is to block. That is because all those moves jumping in from this M9 stone are what killed it. Then you can come around and Atari that group. And now when it's not an Atari, you can hane against that group. And when white does a counter hane, you can connect. And it's a race once again, but white comes up one move short. If white tries to go directly to make eye space here, you can take away the eye space there. There's kind of two eyes that are trying to be formed, and he doesn't have time to make both of them. If white goes for this eye space, then you jump in here and take this one away. So that group is just not big enough to live in this particular case. So that seems to take care of the invasions, so that when you have these three stones and white invades, you should be able to kill off that invasion and capture those stones. So that's a handy bit of knowledge. Now let's go back to the one case that I was looking at in the previous video. That is where you have a partial enclosure. Say black has two stones here, and white invades. and white should be able to live. And I have, let's see, the case I left with was, say, white, black blocks in this direction, which makes sense. White extends this way, hoping to place a stone here and make the tripod group and live that way. You block it. And then I was saying, well, maybe white could creep out this way. One thing I realized is that white can jump all the way to J2. And that's a common technique because you can connect underneath. And so those two stones can't live in the corner, but they can connect to the outside. So that's one way that white can invade and take some territory. Let's see if we go forward along that to the end point. I mean, it sort of depends if there's other stones out here, because maybe black can block this and prevent it from forming eyes. But if there's something for white to connect up to here, then that could be a very useful way to play. But since I was having so much trouble killing off this group here, I was wondering if it was possible that white could live like this. So we know that the Hane here doesn't work and white can live. So that's not the correct stone, not the correct answer. If you block here, you know, you're missing the stone out here on H3 that would complete the enclosure. So maybe white can creep out this way. I'm just not sure. So this is a continuing exercise to figure out how white either lives in the corner or escapes when there's a partial enclosure, not a full enclosure. So I haven't completely resolved this case here, but that's as much as I have figured out so far. So that's your continuing homework assignment to work on this case. Let's back up to the basic. The basic case here is like this. White invades. You have a partial enclosure. There should be a way for white either to live in the corner or to escape and break out. So anyway, that's it for this video. Let's see if we can get a game here. Here's a game. Quay. Okay, a good player, 15Q. Let's see what we get here. Okay, I played at the 3-3 point. Well, that prevents any invasions. Let's go for a 3-4 point here. Oh, I had 2 3-3s. Now that's very interesting. So this is it's a very solid way to play, and particularly on these smaller boards where the corner is proportionally more important. So he's made immediate territory in the corners. Let's make a little territory over here, and he'll probably invade in my corner, I would expect, following that territorial pattern. Oh, maybe he'll approach. He goes for the center. Oh, that is unusual. Okay, so, but maybe this makes sense. Say he wants to grab the corners, make some territory here, and then grab the center of the board too, and the corners plus the center might be a winning combination. So I want to try and make territory over here as well. How big a move can I make? I can make a diagonal move here and a knight's move here, but these stones would be, well, it's a 2-space jump. And if I go here and here, well, I kind of want to extend up further into his territory anyway and place a stone there at J11 if I get the chance. So he might be able to use this stone in the center to immediately launch reduction against my territory here on the side, right? I would like to build up territory. Oh no, so he's just building territory on the side. So let's complete my 2 corners. So I have 2 corners, hopefully, of territory that I can defend. And he breaks in between. So that prevents me from making a big side here as well as 2 corners. So I've just got the 2 corners, no side. I don't have to react right away. Maybe I should make a big move on the side somewhere. I think a low approach is better here because his stone in the center you know, if I place it further out, it's closer to that stone in the center. So, and then maybe back off to D7 there to try and make some territory on the side here too. And, well, we'll see if he can use this stone to launch an invasion of one of my corners. I mean, the thing about these things being territory is always conditional upon where the stones are on the outside. So once white has like helper stones out here, it may be the case that he can can invade successfully. Okay, well, let's block there and strengthen that stone. There, yeah, so that's interesting. I was going to play right here. And so that is, I think I should play there anyway. You know, he's just trying to kind of grab as much space as he can, it looks like, in the center there. And I want to try and block him out and maybe get some territory on the side. So he's got the bottom as well as the two corners very secure, but they're small corners and he's on the third line. I can hopefully take some more territory up here. Yeah, so he's building big there. So I think I should take one more big point up here. It's a question whether I should, I mean, maybe that I needed to defend over here. We'll see if he can invade. Like, for example, he could play at C6, perhaps. Try and break my stones up. Using these stones as leverage to just jump right in here. Ah, so he doesn't. He defends over here. And, you know, that expands his corner, so he's got a bigger corner. But he's also giving me space on the side. How much do I want to go here? I don't want him to cut there, so let's go one at least. And let's block in which direction? How about in this direction? You know, he's sketched out a little wall here. Let's see if he wants to fill it in. And then if he does, then maybe I'll use that to build a bit of a wall for myself and maybe make larger territory on this side. And I have this little bit of an intrusion, which is not, which is connected, I think, to this group. Maybe not. Yeah, I'm a little bit too hasty there, aren't I? He can cut here. He can cut at K6. And then those two stones will be cut off. That's a problem. K6, see, I could Atari by playing at J6, but he can come out to K7, connecting to this stone. I could try and cut this stone off by extending. So maybe that's what he's calculating. So stone here, K6, white stone there, black stone here at J6. The white stone extends to K7, so he's got a little triangle-shaped group. And my group has 1, 2, 3 liberties. I cut that off, and his group has 1, 2, 3 liberties. Has nowhere to run to. I don't have anywhere to run to either. So that's a big messy fight there if he cuts. I think I hope he protects here, and then I'll come back and fix that cut in some way. He did protect. So if I play here, then he can't cut anymore because I can take it. And if he plays there, I will block and connect. So I need to keep those two stones are key to my strategy, these two stones. I don't want to give them up because they're my one inroad into his territory over here. He's got inroads into my territory, so I need to have inroads into his territory as well. So it was interesting. He probably read that out and decided he needed to block there. So that's lucky for me, I guess, because I didn't read before I played. Did not read that out correctly. So maybe this stone is isolated. Let's extend in this direction. Maybe, yeah, he can find some way to creep in here with these stones. I'm also kind of leaning on these stones, I guess. These two stones are not yet connected to anything. Yeah, so he goes after this stone. That's very logical. I want to block. He wants to extend. And let's see, he's got a cut here. And let's protect that cut. And then let's see if I can lean on these stones some more. What's the best way to do that? I play in here. If I play here, is that connected? Can he cut here? I play here. He can connect. I play here. And then, is this group cut off? I can connect back here. I think that's safe. If he tries to cut this group apart, I'll play at G8, and that puts that stone in Atari, and if he defends, then I can connect at F8. So I'll have this kind of U-shaped group here, and he'll have stones there. Okay, so he's trying to prevent me from connecting. Yeah, I need to make sure this group stays connected to these stones. So let's do that. Ah, that's nice. Okay, let's... yeah, so he's going to use this leverage to break in. Maybe. Let's see. I'll just block like this and see if he can. If he can break through here. So I'm pretty close to isolating this group here. I connect here and there. What's he doing? Maybe a stone here at E8 would prevent these stones from running anywhere. And then I've got a pretty solid group of territory here. A little bit of an invasion into his territory here. This game maybe is not too bad for me. Okay, so he goes after that stone. If I play here and connect in this way, can he connect that group? I can block here and keep the groups disconnected.
10. Ten, 9.
Okay,
8,
so he blocks this group.
7,
He's given up on
6,
those.
5.
So what should
4,
I play here?
3.
Let's
2. 1.
I'm into my overtime countdown period. Let's go here. I didn't like him cutting through in this direction either. So he's just shoring up his support over here and limiting the amount of my intrusion, which probably, you know, that's actually getting him some significant territory, isn't it? And, you know, I'm going to have to waste some stones waste some moves capturing those stones. Okay, so he's forcing me to connect. Let's do that. And yeah, he's playing there. I was about to play at that point because that would reduce his territory some more if I were to play there. Let's go here. Here, probably extending this guy is the biggest advantage, the biggest amount of space I can gain, right? Because I can keep kind of creeping in, eating up points in his territory, maybe creating weaknesses. There's an Atari here. There's an Atari in this direction. let's see, if I go here, he can cut me. So I need to connect right now. So that was a successful invasion, I think, or reduction. Yeah, I like the way this game is shaping up for me. I think I have the advantage here. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. He has roughly 3 rows of territory, and I have 1, 2, 3 here, maybe 4, and I have this over here and this over here. Yeah, I think I'm winning. Let's see. So that means he's going to try and take my territory away, and I should play conservatively at this point. I should try and defend my territory. I won by timeout. Okay. I wonder if there's enough there to estimate the score. Black by 20 points. Yeah, he gets all of this. I get all of this. Okay, well, looks like that was a good game. See you guys later. Bye.